Hey everybody, welcome to the Child Development Elective for Semester 1. We will only do this class first semester and then we'll have a different one for second semester. My name is Candace Doak and I have been a middle school teacher for the past 2 years with Alva, but this is my first year being a middle school counselor, so I'm also going to be helping out with some of the high school electives, like this one, Child Development. This is my contact information. Just cdoak@alvirtual.org, and then this is my phone number, just the regular school phone number, and then my extension is 3004. I'm excited to meet you guys and take on this new challenge. I'm from Gadsden. I'm actually from Mobile though, but I live in the Gadsden area. I've lived in Birmingham in the past few years, so kind of familiar with a lot of different places. So I'm excited to see where you guys are from. I have 2 bachelor degrees, early childhood, elementary, and then I have a master's in school counseling. And so yeah, I believe in education and I love virtual education. I've done that for my master's degree, and so I know all about the struggle, but I'm excited to just help you guys with this and hopefully help you love it too. Let's see. So what should we expect? So there is a class plan. I'll show you all that in a second if you've never used that before. But basically it's laid out to where you have 1 chapter a week from this online textbook, and basically if you just follow what it says every day, you should keep on track and finish 1 chapter within the week. There is at least 1 quiz in the chapter or like a Dropbox due every week. So a quiz would just be in the textbook, and then a Dropbox would be either like a PowerPoint I want you to fill in with like some answers and some ideas, or maybe a lesson plan that you have to complete, or some kind of short essay, things like that. I tried to make it kind of realistic in some ways so that you felt like you were actually having to create plans for these kids, for your students. So try to put on that like teacher hat this semester and make this fun and actually like kind of think about, you know, real kids that you would have in your class. And then we don't have any tests in this course. You just have 1 quiz a week just to kind of monitor your understanding. And then we do have a final exam that's in December, but that's, you know, just in the textbook and not something that I'm making. And then 1 time a week we'll have a live class together, and it'll be just 30 minutes, but it'll be a great time for us to get to know each other and maybe kind of share some of the things that you're doing and that you're learning with your students. All right, so this is kind of what it looks like in the content section of the course. So you go into the course, you open up the content, and then on the side you'll see like the table of contents. Each week we'll go through 1 of the tabs, okay? Each is a chapter. So for example, chapter 2, okay, it has different sections, and you might be used to going through a whole section like in 1 day, okay, in most of your normal classes. But in this course, you're just going to take it 1 part at a time. If you want to do it all in 1 day, that's fine, but you have the freedom to take just 1 part each day. I've laid it out in the class plan. It'll prompt you daily to complete 1 of the parts, okay? So you don't have to rush through it or anything like that. But let's see. Just for example, okay, basically this is a video and it'll actually open up the Cengage Learning textbook, okay? It's like this online program. It'll give you like a video explanation and then some things with that. And then this is kind of like where you read in the textbook every day. And then if you ever see scenario, it'll be like a Dropbox basically. We're not using this one. It's drafted, so you can't actually see it whenever you log in. But usually it would say like scenario Dropbox. That way you know, hey, this is something I have to complete. And then the quizzes are also there. It'll open up the Cengage Learning, and you'll just do the quiz in there, okay? And then professional resource downloads, those are just kind of optional review things just to help you understand the topic a little bit more. So we actually have 15 chapters, and we're just going to go over those in 15 weeks, okay? That'll leave us with 2 weeks to review any information that maybe you got behind on, catch up, and then also just kind of review and prepare for the final exam, okay? So definitely take those 2 weeks to go back and read things. Maybe if you're keeping up with some notes throughout your semester, this will be a great time to go back and do that, because Cengage Learning did create the final exam, so I would assume that it's probably over a lot of the information. So it would be a great idea to keep notes and actually help yourself be ready for that final exam, okay? So I really tried to modify some of the scenario Dropboxes because I wanted them to feel like a real world like skill that you are going to practice. And so some of them will just be PowerPoints that I really want you to kind of think through and create from my template. And some of them will be like lesson plan templates, like what a teacher would use, and I want you to fill that in and kind of think about it. And one of them is like you get to create like a child care facility for infants, okay? And I want you can totally draw it out after you've kind of written about it. You can like draw out like what you would kind of want it to be like and things like that. You can do it with actual pencils and things, or you could do something like Google Drawings, something like that. Whatever you want to do, just get creative, make it fun, and like hopefully that will help you enjoy this class. And then just a heads up, the grades, okay? So like I said, this is a Cengage Learning course. So it's a little different than a typical K-12 course that we're used to. From what I can tell, you will get grades for the videos, like the video cases that you have to watch. There's going to be some kind of grade for that. There's going to be a grade for your Dropboxes that I will grade, and then there's going to be a grade for like quizzes and stuff. So if you're not keeping up with each part of the lesson, you really might miss out on some grades. So make sure you're keeping up with that, and be mindful that this is not a typical K-12 created course. This is Cengage Learning, so it's a little bit different than we're probably used to. Alright, so I said that I would go over the class plan just to help you kind of understand. So the class plan is pretty helpful because you really can see it in like 3 different places. But there's 2 places when you're inside the course, okay? So when you click inside the course, then it'll be right here, like kind of like a calendar right there, like on your home page. It'll tell you every day what the date is, and then like what you should be doing that day. So right as you start on August 13th, that's when we'll start this course. You just click on that, and then you'll click this, and it will actually open up the Cengage Learning website, and it will show you the video page. Okay, that's what you'll complete that day. It might seem a little simple, just that, but that is all that we're going to do for that day. Okay, another way to view the plan and kind of keep track of what you need to do is just by going to the plan tab. All right, obviously July we're not doing anything, but so this is our first week of school. You'll be doing like orientations that week and some of your core content courses that week, and then we'll actually start with electives on the 13th. Okay, so you'll have like that first week to kind of get used to school again, and then you'll start on the 13th. Okay, I love to look at it like this because you can see kind of like our overall view of what's happening, what to expect, but then you can also see where there's like a second thing listed, and that means that there's something due that day. All right, so when there's just one thing, that means you just have a lesson that day, like you're just going through the content, or there's like a review day, like a catch-up day. But on the day where there's like a 5 p.m., something like that, that just means something is due, okay? You can also see where I have either a catch-up day laid out or like a bonus day, things like that. So that's pretty helpful if you look at it by the month, but you can totally look at it like that, or like a weekly thing, or a list, and that's kind of cool too because you can just keep up with it if that's what you want to do. All right, so the plan tab, super helpful, things like that. So if you have any questions, definitely let me know. I have my contact information in the content as well. If you just go to course materials, teacher contact information, and you should be able to figure out how to get in contact with me. So I hope that you have a great first week of school, or if you're watching this on the second week whenever we start electives, then have a great second week. But either way, I'm excited for meeting you, and I hope that you enjoy this child development elective.